Kandinsky was born in the town of Moscow on December 4, 1866. At a young age, he drew, wrote poems, and played the piano. In the year of 1896, he decided to become an artist at the age of 30. Kandinsky became one of the most unique and significant artists of the 20th century. His inner necessity to express his emotional experience led to the development of an abstract style of painting that was based on the non-representational properties of color and form. His compositions were the culmination of his efforts to create a pure painting that would provide the same emotional power as a musical composition. Kandinsky believed that music and painting went hand in hand. He said that color is the keyboard, the eyes are the harmonies, the soul is the piano with many strings, and the artist is a hand that plays, touching one key, then another, to cause vibration in the soul. In the year 1911, Kandinsky produced Composition 5. In this composition, the theme is the resurrection of the dead. The iconography is much more difficult to discern than that of his other pieces. In this piece, several angels blowing their trumpets are included in the upper portion of the canvas. The strong black lines crossing from right to left can be felt as a representation of the blowing of the trumpets. Above this line, the towers of a walled-in city are visible. Below the line, the thin application of paint produces a luminescence that affects our perception of space in the portion of the canvas. The luminescence conveys a sense of infinity through the lack of volume and the absence of perceptual illusion. Out of this void, the viewer can sense the rising of the dead. Composition 6 was painted in the year 1913. Standing below the 6 by 10 foot expanse of Composition 6, the viewer cannot help but brace himself against the impending crash of a tidal wave of colliding forms and colors. Kandinsky defined 3 centers to this composition, which can be discerned by the viewer. Initially, the eye is drawn to the pink and white vortex in the left center. The multiple lines representing torrential rain carry the focus to the right section, where a darker center of discordant form and stronger rain lines add to the tumult. From this second center, the eye slides to a lower center where a blue form outlined in black cowers below the torrents of rain and crashing waves. In this work, Kandinsky has pushed further beyond representation to the very limits of abstraction. Composition 7, which was also painted in the year 1913, is the pinnacle of Kandinsky's pre-World War I artistic achievement. The creation of this work involved over 30 preparatory drawings, watercolors, and oil studies. Amazingly, once he had completed the preparatory work, Kandinsky executed the actual painting of Composition 7 in less than 4 days. The exhibition includes a series of 4 photographs taken between November 25th and 28th in the year 1913. It offers a fascinating record of Kandinsky's artistic procedure. Through all the preparatory works and in the final painting itself, the central motif, which is an oval form intersected by an irregular rectangle, is maintained. This oval seems almost the eye of a compositional hurricane surrounded by the swirling masses of the color and form. In Composition 7's final form, Kandinsky has obliterated almost all pictorial representation. Art scholars, through Kandinsky's writing and study of the less abstract preparatory works, have determined that Composition 7 combines the themes of the Last Judgment, the Resurrection, the Deluge, and the Garden of Love in an operatic outburst of pure painting. The viewer receives quite a shock in moving from the emotion of Composition 7 to the geometrical rhythm of Composition 8. Painted 10 years later in 1923, Composition 8 reflects the influence of suprematism and constructivism absorbed by Kandinsky while in Russia. Here, Kandinsky has moved from color to form as a dominating compositional element. Contrasting forms now provide the dynamic balance of the work. The large circle in the upper left plays against the network of precise lines in the right portion of the canvas. Note also how Kandinsky uses different colors within the form to energize their geometry. A yellow circle with blue halo versus blue circle with yellow halo. A right angle filled with blue and an acute angle colored pink. The background also works to enhance the dynamism of the composition. The design does not appear as a geometrical exercise on a flat plane, but seems to be taking place in an undefined space. The layered background colors, light blue at the bottom, light yellow at the top, and white in the middle, define this depth. The form tends to recede and advance within this depth, creating a dynamic push-pull effect. Kandinsky, up to the very end, had not doubted his inner world. His inner world was a world of images where the abstraction was not an end in itself and the language of form was not dead-born. They arose from the will to pithiness and vitality. Kandinsky passed away on December 13 in the year 1944 in his studio in France. Today he is recognized as the creator of abstractionism in modern art.